work well with my management. I can discuss any problem I have in the classroom, at school, and they will assist me. They even provide me with mentorship when it comes to my subject. We cannot only say that it is the job of the teacher to improve the results, it's also the job of the learners, of the community at large. The challenges that we have at school, I think we have it at any school.
In Namibia, the efforts to ensure access to quality education for all children remains high on the government's agenda. Hence, a substantial budget is allocated for school infrastructures and human resources to ensure the successful implementation of the Education Act 16 of 2001 at both national and regional levels. The Hardap regional leadership and management is working around the clock to ensure an organized, planned, and working education system which is beneficial to the learners and teachers. Consequently, the Directorate of Education identified gaps in the management and leadership style at schools as one of the aspects which requires continuous improvement. When this challenge is resolved, the region is anticipated to progressively accelerate its pursuit to reach its targets and the long-term objective of the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture. The Directorate of Education in Hardap region administers 3 education circuits, namely Mwano, Ano, and No-Kloof circuit, which comprise of 10 secondary schools and 45 primary schools. The overall performance and learning outcomes of most schools in the region has not been satisfactory over the past years. However, there are few schools which have an exemplary pass rate. This is attributed to the conducive school environment, suitable teaching method, effective management, and appropriate leadership style, which mainly influence the best learning outcomes.
Currently, with the management course that we have, and with the assistance of the school board, I think we are managing the activities of the school. The school is up and running. There are also successes and challenges.
Some of the challenges we faced here at school is some learners don't get the full potential in providing basic knowledge in schoolwork. Like some parents are not basically like interactive with the curriculum.
In every sense, they are helpful. We have materials. The classrooms are enough for the learners. At least we are divided into 2 groups, but it's enough. We are managing.
Many schools in Hardap region are struggling to meet the required national education standards due to challenges such as ineffective management of schools, shortage of qualified staff, absenteeism, indiscipline, and factors which impact on the ability of learners and students to attend school, concentrate in class, and produce good results. Understanding of education regulations, schools management dynamics and implementation of functional structures, as well as an innovative and firm leadership are imperative for each school to improve their learning outcome and fulfill their mission and vision.
Rupert High School was established in, I think, 1977, and at the moment we have 1,135 students at our school, with a staff complement of about 43 teachers. We face many challenges at the school. Our results are really poor at the moment. Teachers are really compassionate in terms of their learners, and even teachers tend to help students if they see there is a need.
Majority of the children that we have, they come from the background where they do not even have parents at home. Child-headed homes. A child who is coming out of a house, staying there maybe with other smaller siblings, kids that are looking after themselves.
The school is nice, we are disciplined, the teachers are also fine, and no beating.
I don't think that we are that disciplined. Discipline is not good at Riverside. Smoking, selling drugs at school.
The main problem is that the school is accepting rejects from other schools, like, for example, Dr. Lema and K and 4 Now rejects are they are being suspended from the other school because they are problem.
This is my school. I do all observations all over the school environment and stuff like that. And it came under my attention that you're also one of the you fall under the category of people that do the smoking process, if I can be honest with you. Don't you? You do, right? Now, for me as your head girl, and I feel like, you guys, your smoking process being too much. And to be honest, you're really giving us tough time as LSs, because you'll be outside on the stoops or probably at the background of the school, and we have to be called out. Can you guys check who are those kids standing there, or we have to bring order? And that is really disturbing. Like, for us, we cannot be in classes due to you guys' behavior. And do you think that is good for your own academic work?
As I can tell you, most of them are smoking at the school. Some of us don't smoke at the school.
Yeah.
As I can tell you.
What do you plan to do just for you to stop this whole thing?
Just being alone. I gotta stop hanging with bad friends. The ones who are smoking. Stay at home. Do my things. Start it.
The acting principal at Rehoboth High School attributes the problems at the school to a lack of parental involvement, indiscipline, inexperienced teachers, and the perpetual changes in the management structure.
There's a number of reasons why, for example, we have inexperienced teachers, even the changing of management all the time, because at the moment we have about 3 acting head of departments, and obviously in about a month's time or 2 months' time, these acting head of departments will have to obviously be replaced after their 6 months. So all the time we seem to have different leadership styles, and things tend to change every time, because obviously when a new person comes into a leadership position, things change, and expectations also change in terms of what the teachers need. But I think we're really overwhelmed with all the social problems we have at the school.
Maybe, I don't know, the government can maybe intervene and be able to find out those areas where the kids are coming from, where they do not have parents, so that these kids maybe can be put in a certain hostel.
Some schools in Hardap region are facing similar challenges cited at Rehoboth High School and need to advance by establishing an effective disciplinary committee which focuses on student behavioral change. The schools also need to recruit a permanent management team led by a strategic leader and innovative heads of departments in order to make informed decisions which will elevate the learning outcome and overall school performance.
The management is the head of department and the principal myself. The head of department is now responsible for all the other departments because we are only 2. And then we have also the life skills teacher that we currently have also made part of the school management.
The school can further improve by ensuring support for the teacher-learner interaction and parents' involvement in the decision-making process, which has a direct bearing on students' performance, and to transform below-average results into excellent overall school results. Dr. Lema High School in Rehoboth is the best performing school in Hardap region, and it serves as the benchmark for schools in the region when it comes to management and leadership elegance. The school has a consistent management team comprising of a competent principal, innovative heads of department, qualified teachers, and a proactive school board. Their capabilities create a perfect setting for teachers and leaders to excel. Regular meetings to discuss challenges and planning for lessons is highly prioritized by management in addition to applicable rules aimed at instilling discipline among learners who do not comply.
With the kids to find out what type of kids they are.
The Student Representative Council is also instrumental in facilitating the student-teacher-parent relationship and ensuring that the training environment is favorable.
More than the learners that perform under
As an SRC, my performance also counts. So I can stand there as an example for my fellow students. Like, they can look up to me. If my performance in school is good, that can also be like an extrinsic method of motivation and like inspire them to also work hard.
Our parents are very involved in our learners' education. Like they will always strive to give our learners the best tools so that they can come succeed at school. And the same goes for our teachers.
We don't have the same intelligence, therefore they provided after school classes. Even after lessons they ask, do you understand? They provide tests to test our knowledge on the specific topic that we done. The school management provides for us basic learning, so it's actually really good.
I think the management should incorporate a more better connection with the teacher and with the learner, because some learners do not perform well in academics. They perform better when things are more practical.
Quality assurance in the learning process is steered and guaranteed foremost by the management of the school. Therefore, it is crucial for schools to have experienced principals and heads of departments to oversee that the teaching material are efficient and that teachers prepare their lessons timely and comprehensively. The teaching approach should also be aligned with the needs of each learner so that below average learners can be accorded an opportunity for extra lessons on topics or subjects they do not understand.
Learners come with disciplinary issues, learners come with U's and G's. However, after they come out with a certain period in getting used to our teaching style, then the results are changing, the manners are also changing. So it is the love that the learners are receiving from other teachers, knowing that they are sitting in their class for a reason, and this teacher appreciates and this teacher knows that there's something in them that they can harvest from. So I think that is the secret with us.
The types of factorization methods, the 4 types. Now you remember them? So I'm going to ask you a question.
Talent management also warrants that competent teachers are recruited, sustained, and mentored to continue producing exceptional results.
In Hardap, we are close-knit family. Like the 2 teachers there that you see there, they are assigned head of departments to assist the school. That is the kind of leaders we are, because we would like to coach and train them for their one day when they become managers. And these things they are doing without any remuneration, but for the love of teaching. That is what we do at Hardap. That is empowering staff members. We are known for producing results, and I think the only school that is challenging some schools like Dr. Lema in the Hardap region. My leadership style is I am an instructional leader, not forgetting that I'm a teacher before I'm a principal. By that I mean I have the following things that I do. I make sure that the school's administration is run effectively by delegating, but not only delegating, but making sure what I've delegated is understood. I am also a mentor and a coach for the teachers. Because as a teacher, it does not mean you become a teacher because you are perfect and you are able and competent to do most of the things. But it is because you have this vision of helping the next person. But you as a teacher, you also need to be helped. So what I do is I assist my colleagues, I help them, I explain the lesson preparations and how certain things must be done regarding the smooth and effective running of the school, as well as performance of the learners.
What we do different at our school, first of all, we have peer marking, we have peer teaching, and then we have CBD training. With what I mean when I'm talking about peer teaching, all teachers that teach the same subjects at our school, they teach the different grades. For example, if we have 3 English teachers at our schools, and then they are all required to teach the other grades, even if they are not appearing on their timetable. And then the other thing is peer marking. Overall, when we are setting our examinations, they are moderated to make sure that the quality does not suffer. And then before moderation, then it's when it's handed in for copying, and that's when the learners will write.
We also evaluate the teachers, their performances by visiting their classes, and after the visiting we sit with them and then we give them the report. proper report for them to see their weak points and then their strong points, and then to improve on their weaknesses.
To make sure that the school function and that learning is continuing, we practice proper planning prevents poor performance, and by that we look at our planning and we try to plan in advance so that we just follow up. Then we organize our teaching staff and also our support staff in helping us to attain what we have planned. Then whilst we are implementing, we check and see, we monitor, we evaluate and see if we need a contingency plan. If something is not going well, we try to look at what we can do to redirect our efforts.
We cannot only say that it is the job of the teacher to improve the results, it's also the job of the learners, of the community at large, so that we can improve the results.
Artistry, agility, and strategic leaders should guarantee that the management is on hand to anticipate challenges, articulate regulations, and align the learning process to changes in the learning environment. This will also empower the management team to plan ahead for future challenges and ensure quality in education by applying informed models using relevant educational tools. The management can ultimately be ready to successfully articulate and implement school regulations such as the recently gazetted Basic Education Act No. 3 of 2020.
In that hierarchy to the regulation,
New Basic Education Act 2020 regulates that a learner should not be refused admission to school because of the reason that there is no birth certificate, but other documents like baptism card, declaration by the parents, declaration from the Honorable Councillor's office, or a letter from the headman can be accepted to register a learner to start schooling. It is also making it very clear that now that the children under the age of, or between the age of 6 to 18, they must be in school. It's compulsory for them. So as a region, we know very well we have a high number of these children out there as out of school youth. So we're going to run a campaign together with our principals and our lawmakers, the political leadership, the religious leadership, and all the stakeholders, so that we can combine efforts to bring back all these children to school, and so that we can prepare them for a bright future out there.
Make learners that test the prospect for poverty. And as we all know, the place needs to be cleansed.
The COVID-19 pandemic also created a new normal for the schools, and the management had to make required adjustments to comply with the regulations and directives of the national and regional leadership.
With COVID, we can see learners are getting sick and learners not attending the class, even teachers getting sick and teachers not attending the class. Management is really trying to keep the people positive, even the students, even the learners, the teachers at the school, they're trying to keep them positive.
We have terrain duty. Every morning, a number of teachers will be at the entrance of the school, where we screen, each morning we screen the learners and the teachers that are coming in. If we notice that the learner is having, for example, a high temperature, then immediately we send them back and we call the parents. Another thing is how our class are set up. We make sure that we have enough space around each learner and the distance between the learner and the teachers as well. When it comes to the people that are on terrain duty, during break time, they are also on duty, meaning that they are also on parole when they are checking around to make sure that there's social distancing between the learners and also that the learners are wearing their masks. Anything other than that will just be the things that we receive from the ministry through the circulars that we just try to maintain.
After testing of the learners, I think within this week, a lot of results that came out was positive. And I'm talking of 110 positive cases within the school hostel. And then we have also 5 from outside. But in this, 4 from outside. And 1 positive case is of one of our teachers. So that prompted us to write a letter prompted me to write a letter to my supervisor, the inspector, to inform him about the situation at the school. And my request was, we must close the school down because of this lot of cases, while the health ministry is attending to this. And without waste of time, my inspector informed me through the director. And as I'm sitting here, I'm having a letter of the director of approval to close the school off.
The implementation of a successful management style and firm leadership is essential for schools to produce excellent results and enable learners to pursue further studies and lead the future through education.
In order to take away the power to, it's quite different. So it's the, okay, yeah, it's correct.